Everyone, remain calm.
Yeah, that's how it always starts. And later there's running and screaming.
Somebody talk to me! What is happening?
Welcome to Jurassic World.
You're listening to the Jurassic Park Podcast.
You want to consult here or in my bungalow? Hold on to your butts.
Well, we're back.
Hello and welcome to the 63rd episode of the Jurassic Park Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Jost, and we're here to discuss all things Jurassic Park. In this episode, we have a quick news segment and a great chat in the Visitor Center with Jaye Jurassick, where we talk all about his collection, customizing, artwork, and more. Now, if you are listening to this the day it was released, Monday, August 15th, then you better hurry up and submit your Mattel videos for our new project. So today is the last day to submit your congratulation videos for Mattel obtaining the Jurassic toy license. If you are unfamiliar with the project, take a listen to episode 61, where Aaron Beyer and I fully discuss the video and what you need to submit. You can also head to JurassicParkPodcast.com to read all about it in our post. We are starting to edit the project and we'll have the video ready for you soon. Today, August 15th, is the final date to submit your videos, so email them right now to JurassicParkPodcast@gmail.com. But enough about that, why don't we get things started off with a bit of Jurassic news from around the world.
18 minutes and your company catches up on 10 years of research.
Access main program. Access new security.
These pictures were taken in hospital in Costa Rica 48 hours ago.
I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but look.
Boy, do I hate being right all the time.
But today, I guarantee it.
Previously, we talked about a scoop found by Josh at Noobler7 on Twitter, stating that Jurassic World the exhibition will be showcased from this November to September 2017. But now, according to the actual Franklin Institute website, the tour dates are now looking to be November 23rd of this year through April 30th of 2017. Now that's a much shorter run time, but this actually seems more accurate, as the previously announced dates seemed a bit long. Hopefully these dates on the Philadelphia Museum's actual website are accurate. Thanks again to Josh for the find, and if anything changes, we'll let you know. According to BizJournals.com, scouting for the Jurassic World sequel is set to take place this November in Hawaii. Now, this part of the process is just for the production team to scout locations that will be suitable for the upcoming film. After 4 films, you'd kind of think that they have a good idea on the locations, but this time around, it's probably to familiarize J.A. Baryonyx's team. It's really great that we keep hearing this sequel news pour in, and I think it's only a matter of time before bigger news hits us on a consistent basis. Head to our show notes for a link to BizJournals.com's website.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Brought to you by Mattel Toy Makers. You can tell they're Mattel. They're swell.
We've recently partnered up with friend of the podcast, Aaron Beyer, to create a great opportunity to let Mattel know how much the Jurassic toy line means to us. We are putting together a video, complete with members of the Jurassic community, to show our love for the past toy lines. All you need to do is film a 20-second video with your phone, congratulate Mattel on obtaining the Jurassic license, and let them know how much this Jurassic toy line means to you. Keep it clean, and remember, do not bash any prior toy manufacturers. We have a few rules on our website, so find the post on JurassicParkPodcast.com for more information. We'll be accepting video submissions until August 15th. We'd love to see you join in.
You can tell it's Mattel. It's swell.
Let's open up the doors to the Visitor Center, where we speak with artist and collector Jaye Jurassick about his role in the Jurassic community. So today, here in the Visitor Center, I have someone who joined us in that special update episode about Hasbro losing the toy license. Now, this guy is an artist, customizer, and a big-time collector, and you probably know him as Jaye Jurassick. Now, before we get too deep here, I have one question for you, man. I asked this question to everybody. So, if you were stuck in a kitchen with a raptor, what would you do, and would you make it out alive?
Man. First of all, I think I'd probably pee my pants because, having those raptors around, seeing that one scene in the kitchen, really puts that image in my head. Just think about it.
Of course.
Okay, so I would try to formulate a plan to get out of there. First, look for the exits. Second, if I knew how these raptors reacted, because we've only known from like the movie verse and are we going with movie verse?
Yeah, let's go with the movie versions. Yeah, exactly what we know.
Okay.
The scaly, no feathers.
Oh my god, so we're talking about 6 foot velociraptors.
Yeah.
All right. I was hoping the chicken sized ones. I was
nope,
like, okay,
not getting off that.
Get away from those. Okay, let's see. I'd first look where the raptors are at. Knowing that they're super smart, I'd probably start throwing stuff to the other side of the kitchen, making noise, kind of like what Lex did. That was a good idea. And then look exactly for the exits. Most likely, I jet the moment I see them run to the other side from whichever items I threw out. And I'm going to try to make it out alive, but let's face it, it's velociraptors. I'd probably be just eaten up.
Yeah.
But then again, as I'm getting eaten, I would think, well, I wanted to come here to Jurassic Park and check these dinosaurs. And I said, hey, if I get eaten by dinosaurs, whatever.
Yeah.
At least I got to see them.
You basically have to sign the waiver ahead of time saying, like, I know I could get eaten at some point,
yeah.
So that's funny. You're just sitting there getting eaten.
I will say, I much rather be eaten by the king, the dinosaurs, the T-Rex.
Okay, yeah.
But if I'm stuck with the kitchen with raptors, either or, it's still a dinosaur.
Yeah, well,
it's a gruesome way to go, but it's a good one in my book, I guess.
Well, with the Rex, it would be over in an instant. With the raptor, I feel like there's a lot more suffering involved.
Oh my god, yes. We can't even go into the details because that's just
it's a little
horrible.
Too gory. Yeah.
Just read a Crichton book, you'll see.
All right. So speaking of Crichton books and the start of our whole universe here, let's actually go back to the beginning, your beginning, and what's your history with Jurassic Park?
I have a very long history with Jurassic Park. Basically, it all started when I was like 5-6 years old. Mm-hmm. It started before Jurassic Park with dinosaurs, basically, and it had to do with a cake. Of all things, it had to do with a birthday cake that my mom brought home for my birthday. I think it was my 5th birthday, or could have been my 4th. And there's these creatures on this cake, and I hadn't seen dinosaurs, but 4 years old, it's kind of weird. People go, he's 4 years old, he hadn't seen dinosaurs. But I come from Uruguay. So, I mean, United States was really big on dinosaurs. Uruguay was not that big on. Now, probably it is because of all the findings in Argentina. But at that time, it wasn't. So, first time I really saw dinosaurs was on this cake. And I asked my mom, what are those things? They're really cool and weird looking. It was... Yeah. And it wasn't even the best looking dinosaurs either. It looked like those ones you buy at like a Dollar Tree or something. It was just cake toppers,
Yeah.
And I just kept asking questions, and my mom only knew so much, so she just started buying me books. Mm-hmm. And I lost some of the other books she had bought me when I was a kid, but I still have one of the best ones. It's by that Eyewitness science encyclopedias.
Okay.
Where they show you the inside and outs of all, like from fossils to the organs. It was an incredible book, and still have it there. My mom signed it for my birthday. It's from 1993, mm-hmm. and there's nothing like them today. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's how a lot of us got our start. We all started off with little toys or and the books especially. The books were huge for me as well. Those were the things I would just scour and try to learn, and they always had the pronunciations and everything. You always tried to learn how to say them. So the books especially, I think, were a huge part of why we all like these movies.
Yes, and exactly. Oh, and it was like a big dinosaur thing around that time. But then all of a sudden, Jurassic Park was shown on TV, like the commercial, the trailer.
Yeah. And
I'm sitting there, I think I was probably sitting there playing either with Batman toys or Ninja Turtles at the time, which I had a lot of. And I just basically dropped everything and just like went up to the TV screen, like right there, and just watched in awe, probably drooling, and just was completely amazed. And I was like, oh my God, they made a movie about what I love, you know? And I hadn't even seen Land Before Time before this, because I know Land Before Time was made before Jurassic Park. I actually saw it after Jurassic Park.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, but Jurassic Park was the first like movie with dinosaurs that I actually saw. Like,
yeah, so
there's like,
you'd only be let down from there, because you can't get any better than that.
Exactly. And so it started with these trailers, and I would, anytime they were on TV, my family is from Uruguay, so we're Hispanic heritage. Mm-hmm. So my grandmother and my mom would always watch the Hispanic channels, and it was on there in Spanish, the trailers. So they'd be watching their soap operas or novellas and whatnot. Yeah. And I'd hear the trailer from like my room while I was playing with my toys, and I'd just run to the living room and just stand there in front of the TV and just watch it every time it was on there. And I would say that I really wanted to go see this in the theater, and I'd beg and all that. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to see it in the theater, not the first one. Mm-hmm. But my mom worked a lot, and my grandma couldn't take us, so I wasn't able to see it. And I always regretted that. But I was actually able to see it now when it came out with the 3D release. And I was so happy, because it's such a different experience to experience that in the theater.
Is. Yeah, it really is. I just saw it the other day in the theaters, and you just notice so much more, and you hear different things, and the way the speakers surround you in a giant theater, and just how giant the screen is, it's so much better of an experience.
It is, exactly. And then, of course, once the movie came out, or the trailer started showing up, the toys started showing up in stores. And the very first Jurassic Park toy I got was from my grandmother, because my grandmother is basically, I guess, 60% the reason I have the collection I have. Mm-hmm. She always bought me the toys whenever we went to Kmart and Walmart and whatnot. And it was always because of grades. If my grades were up, she would get me 2 or 3, you know. Nice, she would get me one you know, medium-sized dinosaur, and then like a human figure or a little dinosaur. The big dinosaurs were only reserved for like occasions, like if I passed a really good test, or if it was my birthday or whatever. Like when I got Rexy, you know, the Red Rex, that was just like a really big occasion. I think it was like a birthday. So the first one was the Dilophosaur.
Okay, nice.
The spitter. And I still have that one to this day. And he's a little beat up now. Like he has, you know, paint. Some of the paint application has come off. I think he has like one eye. Like his eye is there, but the paint for the eye is not there anymore.
Scraped off.
Yeah. Because I would actually do the feature which was like you dip him in water, like he sucks up the water, and then you press his stomach and he spits it out. So I'd actually do that. And it was fun. The toys I loved the gimmicks that they had, and from then on, just the collection grew. It started with one Dilophosaur spitter into the vast collection it is now.
Now, it sounds like you really played with these things, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, because I know a lot of collectors, you know, keep things in boxes and whatnot, but I think a lot of us, you know, played with these things.
I do have some in box. Not many though, because I guess I'm a weird collector. I'm a strange collector, because I don't really look at their market value or what I'm gonna get for them, because I don't see myself selling this collection at all. I've had offers and whatnot, and I'm just like, no, it's not for sale. None of it is. None at all. Like, if I have duplicates, maybe later in the future I might sell one of them. I have a lot of duplicates of the Jurassic World line that I might sell, but the rest of the line is here to stay. I actually, jokingly, I've told friends, I'm like, well, remember, when I die, everything gets buried with me.
That's one way to go out, yeah.
It's like, so either, it's got to be a big grave, or you got to put me in a mausoleum that looks like the visitor center.
Yeah. Oh God.
This conversation has turned very morbid right now. But
kind of.
But
no,
yeah,
it makes sense though. With a collection like yours, it makes a lot of sense.
But it's because I played with these toys. Mm-hmm. I'm not a collector that started collecting later on. I started from the beginning. And a lot of them are played with. A lot of them have I would get my mom's nail polish, red nail polish, and I would put it on, paint the teeth like if they were, that had eaten a carcass or whatever, or the humans. So some of the older Rexes have red on their teeth.
Nice.
Like the young Rex still has a lot of red in his teeth. Mm-hmm. I try to get it off, but it's pretty stuck there. So a lot of them have a lot of playware. But I feel that they're more special that way to me, because I have gotten new ones now as an adult, but they just kind of sit there, so I don't have those memories that I have with the older ones. Because I can actually pick one up and it'll bring me back to when I was 6-7 years old, out there, like 6 or 7, out there sitting in the backyard making nests for dinosaurs, going in these little dirt areas, making the roads for the cars, and just it brings you back. So I feel I have such an emotional connection with a lot of the first and second line of toys, like the first Jurassic Park and the Lost World, that it overflows to the other part of the collection, which pretty much, if I don't want to sell that, why would I sell the rest? So it's always going to be there with me. Yeah, for as long as, right?
That was one of the things I was going to ask you, about if you were to ever sell any pieces of your line. But I think you're right. We have so much attachment to these pieces that it'd be really, really hard. You'd lose all those memories, You wouldn't get them back. Yeah,
I've actually sold other collections, or not collections, but pieces of other stuff, other memorabilia. I've had I'm a big Batman fan, and I was a big fan of Ninja Turtles and stuff like that. So I sold those ones just to stay with my primary line. I was like, if I'm going to stick to one, I'm just going to stick to one. That's what I've been doing. And
that makes sense.
It's costly, it costs a lot to really collect all this much. I mean, I was lucky when I was a kid that most of the collection I got was my grandma and my mother and family and friends. But as an adult, it's all on me, and it's a lot.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine, just scouring eBay and, Craigslist or something like that. You come across some pieces here and there, and I tend to just keep scrolling because a lot of times they're a little bit too pricey, and I think people are catching on, and they're pricing things up a little bit too high sometimes. So you can't just easily collect nowadays these older pieces.
No, you can't. The prices have really gone up, especially with the new film.
Oh, yeah.
And especially with the new toys too, even though they're not that great, that we had this talk about that. There's a lot of scalpers out there that have taken up this with the toys. They do this with all toys, though. I've seen it with the Batman toys too. I've looked into maybe getting the Suicide Squad Batman because he looks really cool, they just the prices are way too much. The old toys have become ridiculous, the amount, but lucky enough, I have a lot of the old stuff. I have a few missing pieces that here and there that when I find a good price for them, I get them. Just today, I had the Humvee. I got it when I was a kid, and I lost a lot of its pieces.
Okay, yeah.
And so it's pretty much been a bare Humvee, just sitting there for the longest time.
Yeah.
And I found a good deal on eBay, and I got most of the missing pieces today. I just got it as we were chatting a little bit earlier. I was opening the box and assembling it, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's so cool to see it together finally." Brought a little tear to my eye.
Yeah. So what you did was you've got a newer one, and you put it on your old one, right? You assembled everything back on your original one.
No, I just got the missing pieces.
Oh, you just found pieces. Okay. Oh wow, that's I didn't know you could like specifically find them very easily.
Oh, sometimes you get lucky on eBay, and some sellers sell the pieces separately.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
Probably when they have like extra. I think I'm gonna do that with some of the compact command center pieces. I have extra ones, so I might sell those.
Nice, yeah.
You know, because it's them sitting there. There's no with those pieces, stuff like that. There's no point of just them sitting there. Somebody else could use them for.
True. Yeah. Very good point.
Compact command center.
If you ever come across 2 spare arms for the Red Rex, I'd really appreciate. I have no arms on mine.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
My Rexy, I had to eventually glue her arms. Like her arms are stuck like that. They don't move.
One position.
Yeah, I super glued them in kind of a cool neutral position. It's kind of like between neutral and kind of attack mode. You know?
Okay, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, so she's good, but no, I know that feeling. Her arms would fall out all the time, but that's playware. That's complete playware.
Yeah. Now that's what I was asking, because when you buy like a new piece of something that you already have, like if I was to get another Rex, I think I would probably peel the arms off of the newer one and put it on my original one, only because I want my original piece to feel complete. Even though, like you said, mine does actually have lots of hot glue. It has a screw through it. It's got everything to try to keep it together.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've done that. I've had something completely new. I think it was like a Jungle Explorer, and I put it all onto the pieces of the old one. Because it's just that I have no emotional attachment to the new one. Mm-hmm. It's messed up to say in a way, but it's not, because you have this one since forever.
Yeah.
So you want to make it complete. Uh-huh. So the other one, that's usually what I do with customizing. I end up using the ones that I customize are the ones that are extra that I probably took pieces from to complete my own.
Yeah, definitely. Now, in your collection, you mentioned your first piece, the one that you first got when you were a kid. Now, do you have one that's maybe your favorite piece, or is it that one?
Definitely, that one has a huge emotional attachment, but it isn't my favorite. It has a huge emotional attachment for. There's like a few that have big attachment to because of my grandmother. My grandmother was very important to me, and there's a few select pieces that she got me that I lost over the years, and the Bulbasaur I never lost. I was lucky enough to keep having it, but I lost some of them, and I was able to find some on eBay again. And one of them is the Velociraptrix from Chaos Effect.
Okay.
She got me a lot of the Chaos Effect ones for like a Christmas, and when I lost that one, it was devastating. It's not the same one because, of course, it's from someone else that I bought it off of eBay. But just having that piece, knowing that I had one like it from my grandma, was very special. But I would have to say the one that's my favorite out of the entire line would be the Red Rexy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which it's enough my favorite that I'm getting the JP09, which is her numberization.
Yep.
Tattooed on me in the future.
Yeah, I could see that coming, because I think that piece is a number one for everybody. Basically, a lot of people really, really love that one. It's my personal favorite too. So,
because at the time as well, if you remember buying toys in the 90s of dinosaurs, there was never a Rex that size.
Yeah,
all the T-Rexes were small. Like the ones that they have now from I think even Papal is making them a little bigger than when they used to make them in the 90s. They were really small. Mm-hmm. And then you saw the young T-Rex, and you're like, wow, that's a pretty cool looking T-Rex. And then all of a sudden you see on the back of the cardstock of the toys, and you see this Stan Winston sculpt. It's not the toy that we got. But when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, they're making a T-Rex that size. That's too awesome. I need this. Like, I would do anything. Just let me get this piece. And I remember I circled them and X them out.
Yeah. Like what, in one of the magazines or whatever that would come out, or
and on the back of
on the back. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. As I collected them, be like, okay, I need these ones. Okay, I got that one. This is the special one. And I'd run up to my grandma and my mom and be like, this one right here. This is the one I need. And be like, okay, for Christmas. And be like, it's not Christmas. Come on, it's too far away. Yeah.
Now you have a ton of things, and how about first, before I get into that actually question, why don't you just like describe like your collection as a whole? Like, I know there's a lot of pictures online, but just describe it for everybody a little bit.
Okay, let's see. I have most of the JP1 series. I think I have maybe like a few missing. I know there's one that I can't seem to get a good price on, and I'm still looking to get him. It's the electronic Baryonyx. Okay. You sneaky fellow. He keeps getting away from me. But most of the JP Series 1, I have... actually, I have all of JP Series 1. I need JP Series 2, a few pieces. I have most of it as well. Lost World, pretty much complete. I have Series 2 and Series 1. I have all those. This is with the toys.
Describe
JP3,
everything too.
Yeah.
You got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, JP3, I have most of the dinosaurs. I don't have most of the humans. I used to have them all. I used to have the entire line of JP3, even the Canyon Rex and all those ones that like I didn't even like, but I just got them because like I thought they were, the T-Rex was a bad sculpt then too. But I got them just because they're rarity and I was able to find them. And then things in life happened. I don't know why, but they got pretty much lost and someone stolen. So I lost most of my JP3 line. So I'm still kind of recovering that one, but that one's not really a priority. I do have the Spinosaurus animatronic, which everybody loves, and I as much as I'm not the biggest fan of Spinosaurus, as a lot of my friends know, I love that toy though. He's really cool looking. Yeah. It's really well done. Really well done. Good job on Hasbro on that one. Let's see. I have DVDs, the VHS, the Blu-rays. I think like I have Jurassic Park about maybe like 20 or 24 times the same movie. Different collections.
Yeah. I hate how they do that. They release so many versions, then you feel obligated to buy them all, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I think the best one that I have is like I don't know if you ever seen it. It's like a red box that came with both DVDs of Lost World and Jurassic Park Collection Edition, and it's this big red box. It has the T-Rex, the JP T-Rex logo, and it opens up and it has also the soundtracks in there. It brings a bunch of prints and photos. And I got that. Check this. I got it for $5. Yeah, it was a steal. How is that possible? This was years ago, though. You know, this was years ago when I started when the collection started up again. I found it and I was like, really, $5? And it's basically all there. It's really complete, and the only thing that's out of it's like plastic is the 2 DVDs, but they're immaculate. Like you look on the back, there's no scratches, they're perfect. The soundtracks are still in plastic, and the prints and the lithographs are still all in plastic. Wow. And so are the film cells. It brings 2 film cells, one from the first movie and one from the second movie. And if whoever's listening knows what this is, they know how cool that box is, because it's really freaking cool. I got most of the Blu-ray. I have the Blu-ray collections. The one that came out years ago. The new one with Jurassic World. I also have the collector's edition of of Jurassic Park the game, which brought like a sketchbook, which brought like and a bunch of stuff in there. It was really,
I love that.
It was really, really
that
cool.
package. Yeah, it's so awesome.
Yeah, you seen it? Yeah,
I have it.
Brings a letter.
Right here,
It's so awesome. He did really good. Let's see. For that, I have a lot of JP books. I'm getting the comics here and there. I have a lot of them, but I still need some more. Fortunately, I have a really good friend that works at a comic book store. It's always helping me out with that.
Oh, nice. That's handy.
Yeah, he's always letting me know if he finds a new comic or Jurassic Park, if they get one in or something, or somebody trades an old one in. He's like, oh, I got one here. He's got me a bunch of different versions of the Michael Crichton book. I have the 2 original big books. Then I have like 3 or 4 of the small paperbacks.
Okay.
In different logos. I have one that has like, doesn't even have the logo. It's like this old dinosaur on it or whatever. And then my cousin for my birthday got me the special edition that brings both books in one with the leather back. I haven't even opened it. I kept it. It's beautiful. I wanted to get it when Crichton passed. I was just unfortunately not able to get it, and she was able to get it for me for my birthday. It was a really good gift. I have a lot of the games, the Jurassic Park games. And when it comes to, I don't know, man. It's there's so much stuff. I don't even know where to go from. Basically, I have all the points of collection. I have clothes. I have the videos. I have like the art supplies. I have an art box that I didn't even know existed that I was able to get from one of this. There's a friend of mine that I go see at these toy shows, and I'm able to get buy some rare items for him once in a while that he's able to find. And he got one. Being an artist myself, he got me this like little box that's untouched. It has crayons in it. It has markers. I'm not gonna use it. It's more like for my style of art. It's really not a. It's for like a kid. It's for kids in school basically. But it is such a cool looking box. It has a Triceratops and the old like stylized that they were coming out with. In Lost World, there was a lot of highlighter colors and like bright stuff and all these like graphics. It was very different from Jurassic Park, if you remember the type of marketing they had. So that one sits on my desk. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how to keep going.
Like you've got tons of posters. I don't know how big that room is, but you've got it like jam packed in there, and it's awesome to look at. You've got those like standee things that you find like in a store. Or in the theater or
I was
wherever.
lucky to
it's
get
so
those.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was. I had to ask managers and stuff for those. And I was lucky.
I always wonder how you go about doing that and not feel super awkward.
It's you gotta ask managers and hope that it's a good manager, and they're nice enough to let you have those. Most of the time they'll say no. They have, but really? Sadly, my friends tried getting other ones and they weren't able to, but I was able to get them.
So what's like the weirdest piece that you own?
Let me think. What is the weirdest piece? I guess the weirdest piece would be that art box. I've never saw that growing up, and it's just very, very like strange to see that. Like I've looked it up online and I can't find it in certain places, but it's real. It's not a fake box. It has the Amblin copyright on the back and has everything that it should for it to be authentic. I fact checked it before I was like, oh, this is real or not. So I fact checked it, and it is real. But I think I've seen maybe like one online or whatever, but it wasn't produced much, so it's very, very rare. And if somebody listening has one, awesome, because I would love to know if somebody else has it, because I have not seen any collector have this box, which is cool.
Is this the one with the pieces that kind of pop out on the side? Does it have
No,
those little,
that
or
I
that's a
want
different
that
one?
box.
That thing is so
Yeah,
awesome. I love that thing. It has
Yeah,
like hidden
what's-
boxes all on the side and stuff.
Yeah, what's his name on Twitter? Nate Vader.
Nathan Vader. Yeah, he picked that up. I know.
Yeah, he's the one that has it. I saw it. I was like, oh, I got so jealous.
I know. He
It's
finds
such a cool
such great
box.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it really does. But I don't know. I guess that box would be the weirdest one. And if I got that other box, that would be the weirdest one.
It'd be it'd be a good collection of boxes, random boxes.
I guess if we're gonna go with it with maybe not weird, unique. I guess and somewhat unique. I know some other people had this one, but I'm just very happy to have it. It's I have the Amber Chrome edition of Jurassic Park #1 of Topps Comics comic.
Okay.
And it's like the Amber Chrome edition has like gold flakes on the cover.
Wow.
So it shines, and it was from what I know, it's not super rare, but it's pretty rare, and it fetches high prices now.
Nice.
Yeah, and I was able to get that one. There's two editions of it. There's the regular edition, which you can probably find on eBay right now, and the Amber Chrome, which you'll find for a high price if they have it there. And mine is like pretty. I need to get it graded, but I opened it. The person that owned it before me opened it, and the comic book store he got it from, and that's it.
Nice.
You could still smell like the fresh paper when you open that. The cellophane. Yeah,
I really got to get into those comics again. Check them out, because now we're gonna have some more comics coming soon. So
yeah,
it's time to like refresh my memory and everything.
Yep, I already alerted my friend. I'm like, hey, there's a new Jurassic World coming. He's like, don't worry, I got you.
Now, as good as everything is in the past, right now we're in this weird period of time, and the past few years even. What is your take on this Hasbro line, Jurassic World line? Do you have a favorite piece from this current line or the past year?
Oh, it's tough. Not really, but I guess it would have to be the Ceratosaur.
Okay.
That'd be the one because I've always wanted a Ceratosaur toy. Ever since seeing him in JP3. He's actually one of my favorite parts of JP3, and he's just a cameo. I thought he's a really cool look to the dinosaurs, even though he was a little bit oversized, but whatever. Yeah. And everything in Jurassic is a little oversized.
A little bit bigger.
Yeah. But the toy itself is really cool, and I love the paint application onto it. It's very well done. But other than that, I can't really see myself saying anything was really great in that line, and I have most of it, and I've been very tempted to get the hybrid line, the Green Raptor and the Green Rex, but I just really didn't like those sculpts. Like if it wasn't for the Ceratosaur, I would have probably said the Stomp and Strike Rex would be my favorite, even though it's so flimsy and I've seen arms come off and it breaks easily. Just because the sculpt of the Rex is better than any of the other ones that came out of that line. It's not great. I'm not saying it's awesome or that accurate, but it's one of the better ones, I guess.
Yeah, playability wise, not too great. I would assume, but to sit on your shelf, it's fine. You know, I have it right now, like kind of facing off against my old Red Rex up on my shelf. And you know, it looks cool next to it. It doesn't stand up to it in the same way, but it's a decent piece. You know, if you face the screws towards the wall, the screw holes.
Yeah. I have it up there on like the second shelf where all my Rexes, my whole entire Rex line is on there, and pretty much that's all the Rexes of the Jurassic Park toy line. Man, the only one I have missing is the Thrasher from Chaos Effect. That's it. That's the only one I have missing. Other than that, all of them are up there. And I have that one, the Stomp and Strike there. And on the bottom shelf, like right under them, is all like the villain dinosaurs, I guess I would say, of the Jurassic universe. You got the I-Rex there, the Spinosaur. Yeah, so. But yeah, I this line was just very disappointing. I don't really have a favorite. Real favorite that I can actually, like, if you name the other lines, be like that one. instantly.
Yeah, it doesn't measure up in the same way.
Sadly.
Yeah. Now, we just saw kind of like well, actually, we saw them a while back, basically, except for the Terminus. I think that was the only one that was just released as a new one. Of these new few coming out, it looks like this is going to be our final set of Hasbro line. Do you see anything redeemable in there, or is it just more of the same?
More of the same.
Yeah.
I sadly to say, I know some. I don't want to. I guess I don't want to say anything too mean, because the simple fact that I know some friends and other members and stuff, they like those sculpts. I just don't like them. I feel it's the same. They just switched heads on stuff and just.
Yeah.
I was excited for the Carnoraptor. He just looks very okay. He's nothing exciting. Is it these toys just make me think? Okay, should I just go for them, or should I save my money for other stuff? And it's pretty much keeps telling me save my money for all this stuff.
Yeah.
Even though I know these are probably going to be valuable later on or whatever because of their rarity and all that. But at the end of the day, like I said, I don't put market value on my stuff. So it doesn't matter as much to me if I don't get them. If later on I want to, then I decide, then I'll get them. I'll find a way, and in some way, somehow I'll get them. But for the moment, no, I don't see myself really getting them. If anything, I'll get like I said, that green Raptor and the green Rex, the hybrid Raptor and hybrid Rex. Those are the only redeemable ones that I've seen in that line right now. Because even the Owen and Blue was just, it's okay.
Yeah, no, I was not a fan of that one. And as many times as I see it in the store, I just have a hard time picking it up, even though I have that same mentality that you do, kind of like, in the future, if I don't get this now, it might be a bit more expensive because it might be rare. So I kind of have that same mentality, and I still can't force myself to pick it up and buy it, because I do think, right around the corner, we're going to get some stuff, maybe next year sometime, or the year after, we're going to get some cool stuff, hopefully. So it's kind of hard to shell out right now when we know more stuff is coming. But I'd say definitely go for that green Raptor. I really like that thing, even though it's the same kind of, it's the same sculpt as the last one. It's just repainted. It's cool, and I really like the paint job on that thing. I think it's really, really good. But as far as the new hybrid stuff, I don't know. I don't have any of the Indominuses at all. None of them. None of the 16 different sizes they produced.
Oh my god!
So
I know.
If I'm gonna get one, maybe I'll get this new one. I'm not sure if I don't know. I'm still torn on that one. But maybe that Dilophosaurus. I don't know. It's all I'm on the fence.
The Dilophosaurus actually looks, the paint application looks pretty cool. I saw that just today. I really saw that one. I saw glimpses of it, but today I saw one. I can't remember where, but I was like, it doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, I kind of like it because in my mind, it sort of looks like, I guess maybe in a way like that original electronic one, kind of has somewhat of a similar style to that one. So I'm like, maybe I'll pick it up. But I don't know. I'm not a fan of that sculpt or the way the frill. Yeah, I'm not a fan of how the frill is stuck there. I like how the old one, you could just take it right off.
Oh yeah, I love that. I remember having that on the old ones, and then I used to put them on the one that doesn't have the frill.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah.
So, but also just Chronicle's making so much cool stuff. It's I'm saving my money for other stuff too, I really want, if I don't get the Grant figure or the Owen figure, I'm definitely getting the Malcolm figure. Malcolm is my favorite.
Yeah, so. Of course. Yeah, he's so awesome.
I've cosplayed as him a bunch of times. Yeah.
So. Yeah, it's so tough because that stuff is a bit expensive, and there's no price point on those figures yet, but we can kind of assume they'll be expensive as well. But I'm really excited for that, and I know we've heard that they're gonna have a ton of stuff coming out, so I'm really excited about that.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. Now, in your case, when you don't get the things that you want, you kind of just sit down and you customize. So I know you've done things like Owen. I believe you did Owen, right? You did embryo containers. That's Allosaurus venom. So like, what pushed you into customizing these things?
That's a good question, because it's I've been customizing toys since I was like 5. I started customizing with Ninja Turtles, and I went into Batman, and then I went into Jurassic Park. And when I went into Jurassic Park, that's where because I used to, as a kid, I used to question, why is it that when I'm watching, I understand now as an adult, you can't make everything into a toy. The toy companies just can't do it. And they know that some toys will not sell. There's no point in making it. But when I was a kid, I was like, why don't we have this for this toy? Why don't we have this for this toy? So when I was a kid, I was like, okay, so why don't we have a raptor pen? So I made one. When, back then I'd make them out of cardboard and whatnot. And I remember exactly how I made the raptor pen. I took a box, I took some strings, and I'd find myself always in like the arts and crafts section at like a store. I'd run there first. I'd be like, I'm going to be at the office supplies. So I'd go there and I'd buy random office supplies, just knowing, because if I were to lay out like the office supplies and stuff and arts and crafts stuff on a table and just lay them out, and you look at them, you had no idea why I'd buy all this random stuff. you just, it doesn't make sense. Like, but to me in my head, I would see it and I would see where it would go on the project I was going to be working on. I still do that to this day. Like I'll be in a store and I'll see something. I'll be like, wow, that would go perfect for this. And if just buying it doesn't make any sense, but when I apply it to the project, it just, wow, okay, now I know where you're going with it.
Yeah, you're probably scaring the cashier at every store you buy your supplies from. Like, what is he doing buying these random assortment of things?
So many crazy glue and glue and this and all types of freaking glue. There's just a bag of glue. I glue my hands together a bunch of times when I was a kid, like and just like I know so much about glue. More than anybody else, I think. So I'd buy these supplies and then I'd create these things, and then I'd add lights to them and it looked cool. But of course it was cardboard, so it can break down, and over the years could. But now, like a few years back, I started actually thinking about customizing toys in general, and I customized a few, and I've sold a few to like friends and like privately to friends and whatever. And then now I've actually thought, might as well just put them up and see if anybody wants to buy them. But the thing is, I don't make them to be sold. Like the only thing I really did make to be sold kind of was the Dilophosaur venom, because I had just so much of it. I was like, all right, I'll sell more. But with my customizations, they're really for me as like a hobby. I just love working on them. I could be sitting there a whole day, just like little by little, just painting something or adding something to it or sculpting something for it. And it's not a chore. It's not work for me like other things that I have to do in my art life. That's more work related and career driven. But this stuff is just for fun. And if somebody loves it enough or likes it enough that they want to buy it off of me, then fine, yeah, I'll sell it. But most likely, it's just for me, because I have stuff sitting here that's just for me. And if I put them up later on like the Etsy page, sure, if somebody wants to buy it, go ahead. If it doesn't sell, it's not really gonna bother me. It's not something I need to sell. But I love making this stuff.
Yeah, I think that's how it starts. You're missing a piece, and you want to fulfill that piece in your collection, and you just got to make it. There's no other way around it.
Because I've always wanted to make like, because whatever I make it to the scale of the Kenner toys. Okay. Whatever the human is size in the Kenner toys. I think it's like 3.75 or 4 point something. I make it to that scale, or the vehicles. So I started making last year, but I haven't finished it, the Jurassic Park gates, like
nice.
within scale of the vehicles. So when you open that, it's like seeing the scene in the movie, and it would not be the entire fence, but it'd be like a nice little platform. And basically what it would be is just like a big piece of wood on the bottom for the platform, and then I just built up the fence on top of it. So it's almost like a maquette, almost like a miniature model, you know, but that can be used for your toys. And I'm doing that with the Jurassic Park gate, which is basically I have it cut out in pieces. I just have to paint it and apply the wiring into it and all that. But I have plans to make the raptor pen as accurately as possible to the movie.
Oh man, that's gonna be awesome.
Even make the, you know how Hammond like whispers kind of in the background that there's an observation deck on the bottom. That's what he's trying to do. Like, so because they noticed that the raptors were so dangerous, they can't put them in a perimeter fence. So try to make that as well. So the raptor pen will be elevated, and then on the bottom it would be like like plastic glass, or not really glass, but it was like plastic see-through, so you could see the raptor, and you could put your toys in there. I make everything awesome. So you could actually. I made a raptor cage, the raptor containment pen, containment unit. I made that with the sliding door, like, and guy get eaten within that door too, just like the movie.
You have all these like dioramas set up, like, and you can photograph them. That'd be so awesome. I can't wait to see that thing. Oh god.
Yeah, it's just finding the time.
Of course.
Something you learn later on in life. It's so fleeting.
Oh, I know. It's tough to handle everything, and especially these little hobbies and things that we do on the side.
I know. It's just real life takes over, and it's just like because you have to pay the bills and to get the stuff that you want to get, like all this collection, and I have to get it from somewhere, so I have to devote my time to it.
To pay for those art supplies and stuff, you gotta do some actual jobs.
Yeah, gotta go shovel the dinosaur manure.
So, I know you're like getting up there with all this customizing, and you're doing a really good job. So, what do you suggest to others who are kind of wanting to try it out for their own for the first time?
When I started making all this stuff, there really wasn't online sources of anything. It was just kind of it's always trial and error, and I found out I used to use like acrylic paints on this like vinyl material, and that didn't work. And I was a little kid, and I never figured out, like, back then, why that paint never dried.
Oh yeah.
And there's this one pteranodon I had that was like wet paint for like 2 years. I painted it so nice too. It just, I couldn't pick it up because as soon as I did, I'd paint all over my hands, and I never figured that out as a kid. And that's trial and error. You figure out, that's not the type of paint to use for that. And that's what I figured out over the years. But now there's so many sources online that you can go to. YouTube is a big help too if you're starting a new project, have no idea. If you're young though, I would suggest parental supervision. With a lot of this stuff, because a lot of this customizing does take like certain like power tools and stuff like that. Have your dad or your mom help you out with that. I know there's customizers that are my age, but then there's customizers that are kids growing up, like I did. And I had scissors and stuff like that, and I did glue my hand a couple of times, and that's because my grandma was like, she wasn't always watching me because I'm a boy and I'm a kid. Us kids, we get in a lot of trouble. We get away from things, But so you have to watch out with that. Yeah, you don't want that trial and error. Trust me, it's not good. But yeah, a lot of sources online are great for all this customizing stuff. And if anybody has any questions, they could reach out to me. I'm free to help out at any time. I don't mind helping people out. I've helped out a couple of people here and there with some customizations. But yeah, like when I made that cane, my John Hammond cane, the lights up and stuff, like I'm sorry, I still haven't made the tutorial for that.
Oh no!
But I have told people how I made it. And
It's coming.
Stuff, but I have, yeah. So I'm sorry for that, guys.
No, that thing looks awesome. I really like that piece. You've got some really cool things and things that you've customized, and like that Venom. That's such a cool idea. Where'd you come up with that? Did I ask you that? Where you came up with that idea? No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I was watching the movie, and I was always, it just came to me because I saw, like, it was like, it just came out of nowhere, really, and it came more as a joke. That had like this Venom type substance and this goo, and I did a little video on Instagram a while back of it. I had this like jar that I had emptied out. It was like a vitamin jar, and I had that around, and I was like, oh, that'd be funny to do. And it was just a joke. It was kind of just making fun of like the Jimmy Fallon skit that they had in Jurassic World. So I drew up real quick the Dilophosaur logo on it, the one from Jurassic Park, the original, in yellow. I taped it onto the jar. I dumped the goo in there. It was black, just looking exactly like the Venom from Jurassic Park. And so I sat there with the stuff, and then I did a little video, and I played the soundtrack of the part where Venom steals the embryos. Yeah. I mean, Dennis steals the embryo. Sorry about that. Not Venom from Spider-Man. I don't know.
God, yeah, that's an alternate take.
Maybe that's where Venom comes from. He's actually the Dilophosaurus Venom.
He's in the shadows in the trees back there, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so I did this little skit on, and I got a good reception off of it, and I was like, you know what, I should make more of this stuff. So I found out how to make it, and it's really easy to make. You can find videos online to make it and whatever, but then I just I put it in jars, and I added all these graphics to it and whatever, and it just worked out. And I only made some of it, not too much, so I have like a few jars left, and and I put them out because
I think people
wanted them.
It looks so awesome. Like, it looks like a cool, collectible piece, because you actually had them on sale, I guess, at the convention recently, right? That you went to.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, mm-hmm. That's so awesome, because like people can go by and pick that up, and it have it on their shelf like you have everything on yours. It's so awesome, and I think the way it it kind of, like you said, it blends in with the movie. It looks like a kind of like a test piece of some sort, like they're testing the Venom in this little container. It's so awesome.
Yeah, it comes with a little card that has a Dilophosaur drawing I did, that is a homage to Mark Crash McCurry, which is my absolute favorite artist of all time. When they asked me artists, or ask somebody else, be like, oh, what's your favorite artist? Oh, Da Vinci, this and that. They asked me, I'm like, Mark Crash. They're like, who the hell's that? I'm like, if you don't know who that is, then why are we friends? Because my style grew from his. I love his work, and I can't wait till one day I actually have his lithographs. I've been wanting to get them. I don't have any.
Be a great addition.
Those are one. Yeah, that's one that I don't have to the collection. But yeah, it comes with the little card, and it says the numberization that I made up for the Dilophosaur, but on the bottom has a little Easter egg. It says Biosyn.
Oh man.
Yeah. And to whoever knows that, yeah, it's just pretty much like, it's a test sample. I pretty much put it like this, like when you get it, it's like a test sample you're getting from Dotson to like start up a lab. Like,
That's
here,
so awesome.
We stole this.
Yeah.
Here's the card. And it has the information, diet, carnivore, blah, blah. But on the bottom, it has my logo that I made for Biosyn, which is with the O from the top turns into the S on the bottom for Syn, and it's a DNA helix.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my... Go ahead.
No, you're a great artist as well. Like, so I love to see these little touches coming into play on this stuff. So you're not only a collector, but you're also kind of adding to the canon in a way. Like you're making your own head canon.
Oh,
it's so cool.
yeah.
It's so cool to have that. So somehow I guess they got those embryos somehow, got them off the island, and now they've got these samples laying around, and they're on sale. Whenever you find you at a convention or someplace.
Yeah, I have them on Etsy.
Oh, do you? Nice.
Shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's 11 left.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I sold, I think, 6 at the convention. I sold 1 on the shop. And yeah, the other 11 are there. And they're ready to go whenever.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what are some other pieces of art or things you're working on? Because I know I see on your Instagram page there, you've got a few dinosaurs that you're working on or other things here and there. So what are you working on right now?
All right. I'm working... there's a couple pieces, and I'll briefly summarize them. Right now, there's one that's it's kind of an inside joke. Me and my friend that works at the comic shop. By the way, you probably find him in my comments. DC Villain. He's one of my really great friends, and my neighbor. He's my neighbor as well.
Oh, nice, Andy.
Yeah. So he's always kicking me about Jurassic Park 3, the raptor scene with Alan, right? Mm. So he'll always bring that up. I'm like, oh gosh, stop. Yeah, that scene is just really just gives me the whole tone for that movie.
Oh it's not the greatest scene in the series.
Yeah, it's so bad. So he's always making fun of that scene, and he's always bringing it up, and it's inside joke me and him have, but now I'm actually creating a T-shirt that has the raptor saying Alan. That's awesome. Yeah. So I told him, I'm like, I have the shirt for you, man. Wait up. He's like, all right.
It's so great.
that one's a little piece that I'll pop up soon enough, because I made the one with Blue. And it says Blue's Clues.
Okay. Yep.
So I like doing that. Mashup of universes, stuff from our childhood and bringing them up with Jurassic Park, trying to mix them up. I did that with Pokemon too. I made a Pokemon version of Jurassic World.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen that.
So right now, what I am working on is making the Chaos Effect dinosaurs lifelike, drawing them to the best of my ability, making them. There's a sample of one that I posted a while back. It's the dino Baryonyx, I think. Mm-hmm. It's the one. It's the Chaos Effect dinosaur where it was it's Parasaurolophus and Deinonychus mixed together. Okay. It's the electronic one. Really cool looking one. But you know how most of the Chaos Effect dinosaurs were meant to be an animated film or animated series. So they look very stylized and cartoony. Yeah, Yeah. It's just fine. It's cool. I still like them, But I'm making them look more in a realistic tone with adding features that would actually be from the dinosaurs to take away that cartoon stylization and make it look like a Mark Crash type of drawing of the dinosaur. With file information and stuff. It will be almost like templates of the dinosaur if they were given to scientists. Yeah. No, that sounds so awesome. I really can't wait to see that. Yeah, so right now I'm working on the Baryonyx, the Velociraptrix, and the Alpha Raptor. Awesome. Those are the 3 that will come out first before any of them. And I'm going to be making a lot more like dinosaur files like that, where I'm going to some dinosaurs that weren't drawn by Crash, I did that with the Indominus, or I haven't finished it yet, but I'm working on the Indominus and making it like a Mark Crash drawing. Nice. Because I just love his style, and I just feel like it'd be cool to have fans to have drawings like that. Everybody draws Jurassic World dinosaurs in such great ways. I see it on Instagram all the time. Yeah. I follow a lot of great artists, but I felt what's been missing is a file of these dinosaurs. And I seen Jurassic Outpost. They did something like that, which is pretty cool. Really great. It's but theirs is emulating almost the Jurassic Park game. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, they're field manuals in a way. Yeah. Yes, like drawing manuals, like a sketch artist type of thing, which is awesome. It's great.
No, yeah, they're so cool.
I've always wanted to make these. Perfect example, Roland Tempo's his field guide. Do you remember that?
It's not coming to my mind right now.
Remember when he's like on the
when
they're in the
okay,
cars?
yeah. All right, no, yeah, in the movie, okay.
Yes,
exactly. Yeah,
there you go. Doing something of that sort with the dinosaurs we have in canon with the movie, and also with the chaos affected ones.
That'll be so awesome. I can't. That's such a good idea. Because like you don't typically think to see those in a natural environment, you know?
No, you don't.
They're so crazy looking, you know. That's not the way like I tend to view dinosaurs, but in that case, I think that would be really cool.
Like seriously, I would never. I have a opinion about the hybrids or whatever. Even though dinosaurs in Jurassic Park have always been somewhat a hybrid, but like where they're exaggerating now with like I know someone on Twitter's that could like this, but the Stegoceratops, we don't. He's not one of my. He's cool looking, but I would never really want to see him in a movie.
No, me neither.
I know there's a big fan out there.
Oh
of the
yeah.
I've seen him everywhere.
Yeah.
But like they're cool looking dinosaurs and whatever. But I felt that the Indominus was like the most naturally looking one, I guess I would say.
Of course.
Even though its jaw
it looked more real.
Yeah. But when you go to that level and you go like into Jurassic Park, the game where their horns are exaggerated, they have spikes coming out everywhere. I'm like, no, it's not. I don't like that, and I feel, with the new movie coming, they might go down that route, but
I hope not.
I hope not. I hope if anything, maybe make the Indominuses smaller, like raptor size.
Yeah,
that would be really scary. That'd be really scary. But. So to make these like chaos effect ones like more realistic, kind of like a hybrid Indominus kind of looking thing, like it looks real, but use the same style of what they have. Like if they have like horns or whatever in the stylization, just kind of minimize it to make it look more natural. That's what I'm trying to do with these. But never I would want to see them in a movie though.
This is as far as they should go. They should stick to your Instagram or however you get them out to people.
Yeah, to my incarnations of what I'm doing, and to whatever fan buys them and puts them on their wall. But that's it. Hopefully, it's not giving Frank Marshall
what are you doing? Stop giving him
Jay
ideas.
Bayona ideas. Like, hey, look at this guy's drawings. We could actually make the chaos effect into real dinosaurs now. And then everybody hates me for it.
It's all your fault. It's all your fault.
Oh, God. Oh, whatever.
Well, we've talked about your awesome customizing, your art, and your collection. So why don't you tell people where they can find you online?
Well, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, at Jaye Jurassic. That's JAYE _ Jurassic, but with a K at the end. My store online is it's a Etsy shop. It's Chaos Customs. The Chaos has a Z instead of an S. And I have also a Redbubble store, which has like t-shirts, and I have a lot of cool artwork on those t-shirts. I have a lot of cool stuff on there.
Nice.
And it's Chaos Theory shop. So you can find me on all the...
I'll leave all these links, everything to find you in our show notes, and definitely go check out all your stuff, because like your collection alone, just to view that, it is great. I love looking at that thing, and I know you like to showcase certain parts every now and then, so it's really cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I try. I have some stuff I got in, so I'll probably be posting it up probably tomorrow. Pretty cool stuff.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on here, and I'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you, man, for having me on the show again.
No problem. Take it easy.
You too.
Make sure to visit JurassicParkPodcast.com to find all our past episodes, brand new news articles, information on how to contact us, and much more. It's a great source for everything related to the podcast and, of course, Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. Head to JurassicParkPodcast.com and help us build a great community.
Anybody hear that?
Thanks for listening to the 63rd episode of the Jurassic Park Podcast. Of course, I need to thank Jaye Jurassick for joining me here today on the podcast. I really love speaking with like-minded people who have a big passion for all things Jurassic Park, and I'm also pretty jealous of his collection, so make sure to go check it out on his Instagram. I'll have the link to that in our show notes. Don't forget, today, August 15th, is the final day to submit your Mattel video. Don't miss out as we all congratulate Mattel on the license and lay out our hopes for the future. If you want to interact with us, we do most of our work over on Twitter, at Jurassic Park Pod. We're also on Facebook at facebook.com/Jurassic Park Podcast, and our Instagram handle is at Jurassic Park Podcast. You can listen to us via iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Podomatic, YouTube, our website, or wherever else podcasts are found. So make sure to subscribe to automatically get new episodes every week. Now, if you haven't already, please give us a 5-star review in iTunes or a great review wherever you listen to the podcast. It will seriously help our rankings and make it easier for fans like you to find us. We're usually spotted commenting on the Jurassic Park subreddit as Jurassic Park Podcast. Don't forget to check out JurassicParkPodcast.com for all the links you heard here today. If you want to get a hold of us, you can email us with any news stories, MP3s, segment ideas, top 5s, or comments to JurassicParkPod@gmail.com. Or you can submit the questions directly on our website contact form. If you'd like to record something for the show, send it in to us and we'll feature it in an upcoming episode. If you don't have any way to record, you can give our voicemail a call and leave us a message. That number is 732-825-7763. Thanks for listening, and enjoy.
Five minutes. Drop what you're doing and leave now.